This is the true story of a boy who was relentlessly bullied. A boy who was once thrown down a flight of stairs and beaten until he blacked out. That same boy grew up to become the richest person on earth. His name is Elon Musk, and his story begins in South Africa. From a young age, Elon was different. While other kids were outside playing, he was inside, lost in books. He would read for hours on end, sometimes 10 hours straight, devouring everything from encyclopedias to science fiction. But this love for knowledge made him an outcast. At school, he was a target for bullies who saw his quiet nature as a weakness. They tormented him, both physically and emotionally. The beatings were so severe that he once had to undergo surgery to fix his nose. But the cruelty wasn't just from his peers. The adults in his life weren't much better. Teachers often overlooked his potential, and his own father was his harshest critic, constantly telling him he would never amount to anything. With no one to turn to, Elon retreated further into his own world, a world built by his powerful imagination, and that became his greatest gift. A mind that never stopped dreaming, questioning, and creating. At just 12 years old, he taught himself how to code and created a video game called Blastar. He didn't just play it, he sold the code to a magazine for $500. It was the first sign of the entrepreneur he would become. At 17, he made a bold decision. He packed his bags and left South Africa for North America, all by himself, with almost no money to his name. He arrived with a backpack and a head full of dreams, crashing on relatives' couches and working odd jobs to survive, cleaning out boiler rooms, working on farms, anything to get by. But through it all, he never stopped dreaming big. He eventually co-founded his first company, Zip2, an online city guide. But it was a struggle, and he was eventually pushed out. Undeterred, he poured his money into his next venture, an online bank called XCOM. This venture almost failed spectacularly, facing intense competition and internal conflicts. But it eventually merged with a competitor to become PayPal. When eBay bought PayPal, Elon walked away a millionaire. For most people, that would have been the end goal, but for Elon, it was just the beginning. He took his entire fortune and gambled it on 3 audacious ideas that everyone else thought were impossible: electric cars with Tesla, reusable rockets with SpaceX, and a future for humanity on Mars. The world laughed. Experts called him a fool. Investors pulled their money out. His personal life was crumbling. The challenges were immense. Tesla was burning through cash and was on the verge of bankruptcy. SpaceX's first 3 rocket launches ended in fiery explosions. He was literally days away from losing everything he had built. He had poured every last dollar into that 4th rocket launch. If it failed, it was all over. But then, it happened. The 4th rocket launched successfully, reaching orbit. It was a historic moment, not just for SpaceX, but for all of space exploration. And everything changed. Tesla defied all odds and became the most valuable car company in the world, accelerating the transition to sustainable energy. SpaceX started landing its rockets back on Earth, making space travel dramatically cheaper. And that bullied boy from South Africa, he became the man who is actively trying to change the course of humanity. Elon Musk's story is a powerful reminder. It's proof that sometimes the kid who doesn't fit in, the one who is different, the one everyone underestimates, is the one who will go on to change the world. What's your dream? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more stories that inspire.